Hey, yo, buddy. What is happening, fellas? Welcome back. Welcome back. So, we're going to be talking about cards today. Talking about these comic cards. Because I've had a lot of questions, a lot of people asking me to do some type of like guide video, giving them some direction. And here's the thing. So a lot of accounts that I looked up off camera and on camera, right? All the roasts that you've seen. There's a lot of card sets that there's a lot of things that you just shouldn't do that I see. A lot of things that you shouldn't do that I see, and I feel like, you know, the community in general, not everybody. I feel like there's certain people that have a really good grasp on how to craft their cards, and then there's a good portion of players out there that just they're just lost in the sauce and they have no idea what to do. So this isn't going to be some like extensive guide with spreadsheets and things like that. This is going to be me giving you some general, advice, giving you a general direction to move in, which I think could be better in a lot of ways. This way, this will allow you to make a decision on the fly after hearing my advice. Without having to refer to some type of diagram or spreadsheet or Google Doc or something like that. And I do have a couple comments and an account lookup, a roast. I'm gonna save that to the very end. As I've been doing. And don't worry, I'm prepping for my dedicated account roast. Account roast video for one of the next few videos. I will be doing that. One thing that somebody shared with me on Discord is, I don't want to go there. If you go to store, and if you go to search Titan Component Pack, this little Dawn of X gift box comes up. And I suggested, now we don't have any of these tokens here. And if you look in the chest here, it looks like it has some good stuff. It's got CTPs in it, and it's got, some Mega Rinka. It's got a Mega Rinka ticket, and some other. The CTP is what you'd really be after. With these chest, chances are you'd get 20 clear tickets or something, right? But I'm not sure if this was something that was left in the game. It may be. It says sale ends in 7 days, but you don't, where do you get these tokens from? Where do you get them from? If we go to inventory, I really don't have, these, right? I didn't even spend all my tokens. I'm a knucklehead. I even reminded people in my own video to spend your tokens, and I forgot to spend. There's 130 of them. I would have got some uniform, experience chips. So I lost out on some of that. I do have a lot of those, though. I think you can never have enough, though. You can never have enough. And another thing is that I wanted to share with you guys. So I ended up, actually, I didn't do this. I didn't upgrade his uniform to Mythic, because some people asking about the white uniform, or the white uni for Deadpool. So let's go ahead. Let's upgrade this to Mythic. Got a lot of Nightcrawler bios. And now I'm able to go to the uniform collection. Here, we'll share that with the Alliance. That's some good news there. If you go to the uniform collection, this is how you actually obtain it. You go to uniform collection and go all the way down, I would imagine. Dawn of X. Boom, bada bing, bada broomstick. This is the very last one. And collection complete. And now we get the white uniform. We can go check it out. From what I understand, it's the same exact uniform. It just, we can equip it in any case, right? Just a look. Hang on, why can I equip it? Oh, is it already equipped? What's going on there? Why can I not equip this? Do I have to do something for this? Okay, it says it. Okay, hang on. Let's equip this one, and then let's equip this one here. Let's see. Okay, now I have it equipped. Was it just me, or that was black, wasn't it? It was the black one, not the white one. Okay, so we got the white one. I'm not even gonna look. I'm not even gonna waste your time. From what I understand, everything is exactly the same on it. It's just white, and he's looking pretty fresh. He's also looking like a tall glass of milk. If I find out that it's any different, I will let you guys know. I'll keep you posted on that note. I don't know why. Oh, okay. Because I have that one to actually upgrade. I've been saving those feathers. Saving those feathers because I'm actually leveling up Strife. And I was thinking about Awakening Nightcrawler, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything decent about him. And because story mode now had Ares and Heimdall. I'm not going to touch Heimdall. I actually went ahead and I awakened Ares. And I was asking people if they want to see gameplay with him. You know, I'll fix his build up. And we'll see exactly what that man can do. So I think that's it. Let's jump into talking about card crafting and just cards in general. All right, so first and foremost, the most important thing about crafting cards is just to be patient with your cards. See, I think it was just me and maybe a few other players like went ahead and started crafting like, I don't know, after it seemed like the boycott was like not really happening, like it was over. Me and I don't know, maybe a handful of other players, we went ahead and we got our cards basically crafted like, as soon as possible. And then I kind of I really haven't touched my cards in a little while because, and I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to tell you my strategy and hope that maybe it's going to help you out a little bit. So first and foremost, I'll tell you this. I'm taking a step back. I'm being patient. And I'm realizing that there's a lot of players that are actually catching up, right? Because you can't get much further than where I'm at. There's only a couple things you could really do. Like I can get this card all blue, shouldn't be an issue. But I don't know. I feel like 22% Pierce is more than enough to really do anything in this game at this point. Now, if I want to like stay uber competitive in terms of like staying, like in the top 3 of like the null, world boss null, which is it's cool to be on there, but I'm not gonna break myself to try to stay on there. If I fall off, I fall off. But in any case, here, let me tell you what I'm doing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually saving up. I'm gonna save up at least 50 mythic cards to roll another card that I have in inventory. And the reason being is because if I want to make any type of improvements with my cards, I basically need a 7 quality card. Like, I was going to replace this card here that I rolled. So I rolled this one here. And it's a 6 quality. And it's actually, in my opinion, like the best roll you could actually get on this card. I mean, I think this bottom stat is you can get ignore defense or dodge, but it all really doesn't matter. Like especially ignore defense, I have so much at this point. So in my opinion, is like the best roll you can have on this card, but it's 6 quality. Now, if I wanted to swap out this baby spider card, I would actually gain less than 2% on each attack stat after it's completely crafted. It's like 1.4 and 1.7 of either physical or energy attack. So it's not that much of an increase. And my point is that a lot of people obsess with the quality of the card. I think like say you have a 3 quality card that has the best stats on it, right? And you don't have all that many options as a player. Say you don't have a ton of mythic cards, right? Or premium cards, rather. You want to be patient. You don't need to rush ahead and get your whole entire set done, immediately. I think after maybe you get just even 2% Pierce on your cards, I'd say 2 to 6% Pierce on your cards, like that should put you in a really good spot. Even just the initial 2%. See, you don't have to be like me and basically rush ahead and get it all done. Because right now I'm actually taking a step back and I'm not going to touch my cards. I'll tell you what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm going to save up 50 mythic cards and I'm actually going to roll this Guardians of the Galaxy card in hopes to swap it in my set. Hopefully I get something decent. Because I saved up 25 the last time, I think maybe about a week ago. I saved up 25 mythic cards and I rolled it and I got absolutely nothing. I got junk. And so I don't know. I'm going to double that and let's see. I'm going to see if I get anything. If you guys want me to record that and do that with you, I can certainly do that. Let me know in the comments on that. I think right now I have about 30 mythic cards. I used 4. I did 4 rolls, or 4 or 5 rolls just yesterday. I jumped the gun, and I wasn't taking my own advice, and I put a stop to it, and I said, you know what, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna wait until I have at least 50. And that's another thing. I'd say wait till, like, I don't know. I'd say at the very least like 30 cards to roll a card. So wait until you have about 30 cards to roll any other card. That seems to be a better strategy than just doing, like, if you got 2 mythic cards, doing those rolls and then move, and then wait until you get a couple more. Yeah, I wouldn't do it like that. It's just like the law of averages seems to work out better if you have a lot and just do it all at one time. But yeah, you got to be patient. Don't, the game's really not going anywhere, right? And there's a lot of other players that are basically in the same exact position as you are. So I think maybe trying to, get that initial amount of Pierce would be really helpful, but you just got to be patient with it. And don't make the mistake on when you do a craft combine, or when you want to change the crafted stats on your card. Like, okay, if you want to change the crafted stats on, say, this card here, right? First off, I almost did this. I almost rolled this card. So if you just put a card in here, just like it is, it's gonna roll the initial stats on it, and the quality of it. So you don't want to do that. I almost did that like a knucklehead. Also, here, it's not going to lock any of the stats for you. So you have to go ahead and you actually have to press it in order to lock it. A friend of mine did this, and he he had a really nicely, he had a lot of stats that he wanted on. I think he was rolling just one stat, and he basically rolled all this other stats that he wanted to keep. And, it's an unfortunate thing. I think he bounced back rather quickly from it, but it's still a very unfortunate thing. And also, when you're crafting a card, craft one card all the way. Don't craft a couple stars on, like, say, this Black Panther card, and then go over here and craft like 2 more stars on the Luna card. Just do one card all the way through. It's going to bring you much more value than doing it that way. The only exception that I could say that maybe makes any sense is when this first got initiated, because cubes were very rare. I was buying cubes out of the store, and I saw PvP accounts going on and crafting the first 2 stars on every single card just to get that max HP. I think it was giving them, an advantage in, like, AC. I want to say it was AC players that were doing that, but I mean, maybe outside of that, do not do that. You shouldn't have a shortage of cubes right now anyways. You should have a lot of cubes. Like, especially if you haven't been crafting your cards, you should have a lot of cubes, because I have a lot of cubes, and I haven't been doing anything with my cards really. And okay, so those are just a few basic rules, right? And another thing I want to touch on is, like, I'm not going to get too in depth on this. Like I said, I'm keeping this in a very general sense, just so if you need to make a decision on the whim, maybe you're thinking about this video and remember what I said, and it's going to help you, just bring some direction on what you're going to do, what your next step's going to be when you're crafting that card. So, like, let's say, okay, this Luna card. Let's say I didn't have this Luna card equipped, and because this Luna card doesn't have any ignore defense or skill cooldown. Well, I think it does, actually, but that's not the stat that you want. You want the proc on it or the attack option. As a matter of fact, let me say it like this. If this card has the cooldown or the ignore defense on it, don't equip it. You should re-roll it. Don't equip it. Even if it's 7 quality, don't equip it. So this card doesn't have any ignore defense or skill cooldown. And you're set as it is. You're like right on the threshold of skill cooldown and ignore defense. You need, say you need both those stats. And if you unequip one of your cards, it's going to throw all your character's builds out of whack. And then you're going to have to go in and change uniform options, fort gear options, Uru, ISO 8, the whole shebang. It's just going to be a mess. So one thing that you're going to want to do is you can craft a card behind the scenes. Craft it while it's still in your inventory, and obviously there's going to be a chance that you might not get the stats that you're looking for, but there's also going to be a chance that there is. And then you could do the craft combine behind the scene, and then you can equip this card once you get to a point where it's going to balance out those stats. It's going to make up and you know, for your skill cooldown or ignore defense or whatever the stat is, right? If you get what I'm saying, because that's actually what I'm gonna be doing is, so I'm gonna be rolling. So hopefully, God willing, I get a decent roll on this Guardians of the Galaxy card. I get it to a point where it's actually gonna add more value to equip this card than. Like right here, this would add, I think, like if I swapped it with my baby spider card, it would add like a little bit of max HP, but it's just not enough. It's just not enough. And even that Avengers card, it's just not enough. And here's another point, like say you're fully crafted, right? Or you have a card that you want to swap out and you got a decent roll on one, but maybe it's just not enough for you to go ahead and waste all the resources crafting another card, right? Because yeah, I just don't think, like, if this was 7 quality, then yeah, I would swap it. If I get really desperate and I don't ever get any decent rolls and I'm bored and I have all these cubes and all this stuff, then maybe I'll go ahead and put this on. But without all that, I wouldn't go ahead and do that. And another thing is, like, so I was thinking, like, to roll maybe another baby spider card and swap it out with a better rolled baby spider card, but that would be a complete waste. Don't do that. Don't roll the same card if it's fully crafted. If you have a fully crafted baby spider or any other card, don't roll the same card in your inventory. What you'd want to do is roll a different card, and then you could roll like maybe a different one. That's because there's a lot of cards that are interchangeable that basically have the same stats. Like there's like the meta cards, right? Let's say the meta comic cards. Like it's gonna be Luna, Cable, all the cards that I have equipped right here, and then including it's gonna be this card here. That's part of them. Let's see here. And I'm talking about PvE cards, and then Guardians of the Galaxy card. Those are the only cards, in my opinion. Those are the best cards. Those are the absolute best cards, and I feel like all those could basically be interchangeable. You could have any 5 of those cards, and that would make up probably one of the better sets, that you could actually have in the game. And with the Luna and White Fox, essentially you want the procs on those cards. So, and I know I'm kind of just spitting out a lot of information here, and that's generally what the video is going to be. I was thinking maybe I will put together like a very cohesive like step-by-step card process, but thing is this, it's going to be different for everybody. Depending on where you're at in the game, it's going to be different for you. All your stats are going to be different. I don't think there's really any one size fits all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through. And then also after this, I'm going to tell you all the best ways that I think you can actually farm cards as well. But before that, so I'd say this is my standard, because a lot of people asking me, should I go ahead and craft this card, or what kind of roll should I have on this card before I actually go ahead and craft it? So I'll say this, okay, and like I said, it's different for everybody, depending on where your account's at, depending on how many premium cards that you actually have in inventory. Like, for me, my standard might be different than like a free-to-play. Like a completely free-to-play that has 1 premium card. Or say you have 3 premium cards, whatever. Your standard is going to be different than mine. But I'd say for any player, any player, you're going to want, okay, I'd say at least 4 quality, right? If you're hurting, right? If you're like the most free-to-play player, like on a card like this Black Widow card. Say this Black Widow card, or Guardians of the Galaxy card. I'd say at least one of the attack stats in 4 quality. And anything below, and then I'd say the lowest quality to craft would be like a 3 quality, but it would have to have both the attack stats. Those would be my standards. and it could be different depending on what kind of player you are. But yeah, I'd say those would be my standards there. And I also had some people asking me about this Crescent card here, and I actually have one with a pretty good roll on it. Like, again, if your only source of premium cards are from that token chest, I'd say, like, you could go ahead and craft it. Like, if this card had this same exact roll on it, and you don't have a stockpile of premium cards, I'd say you could probably go ahead and craft it if it had a roll like this on it. If it, like, say it was missing the physical attack, or if it didn't have any of the attack stats, I'd say no way. But just because this card doesn't have, you can't have both of the attack stats on it, then you could go ahead and craft that at the 3 quality like that. But you obviously, you don't want to spend your whole, you don't want to spend weeks or months just rolling the same card when you could be crafting that card, right, and gaining potentially some pierce that will help you out in the here and now. So I understand that dilemma, and like I said, no one size fits all, but some general guidelines to kind of go off of. Like, if it's been a long time and you're still rolling the same card and you have no pierce on cards, yeah, I'd say maybe you can lower your standards a little bit, and then hopefully, probably then, in the future, you could even roll that crafted card, right? It doesn't necessarily have to, those stats aren't set in stone. You could always roll that. Say you get 30 mythic cards, right? Say you had a 2 quality with one of the attack stats. Definitely not good enough. You can do better, and it shouldn't be that hard to get better than that. 30 mythic cards should get you something better than that. So, you could always go ahead in the future and roll that card, right? So it's not set in stone. So it's not like you're going in and then there's no turning back. You can craft that card and then roll that card in the future, being that it's a decent card. I've been seeing a lot of people crafting the Loki card, not this one, the other one. What is that, Loki 1 card? Whatever that card, the one you get from the legendary battle. And I'm not a fan of that card. I'm just not. I mean, I'd say at the very least, to craft that card, you need the all attack and the energy attack, and I don't know, maybe the max HP if you don't. I mean, if you don't really care about PvP, then don't even worry about it. But I'd say at least those two, and at least like 4 quality with those 2 stats, because it's just like the card's not offering you a lot. And I mean, there's really no going back after you craft a card. You can't switch the crafted stats over to another card, right? So, but in terms of like having a decent card, like this card's not a bad card. I'd say, this would be a decent card to actually craft. Not one of the best cards, but it's a decent card. And if you don't have the best roll on it, don't fret. In the future, you can always fix that, right? So, and like I said, the Luna card, try to get the proc on it for goodness sakes. Try to get the proc on it. It wasn't like, I've rolled that card a lot and I've gotten the proc a lot of times, because the thing is this: all you need is a decent quality, say 4 quality, and the proc. That's it. That's all you need on the card. You just need one of these stats to be rolled in your favor. That's it. And I've gotten it a lot of times. And then the White Fox card, try to get the proc on it. Yeah, I would definitely try to get the proc on it. And then you can get the proc and an attack stat on this card, which is really, really nice. But yeah, I think that's going to be, my general guidance for crafting cards. Like I said, it's not, a super rigid. This isn't a super rigid video. This is me giving some general guidance and advice on craft cards, because I'm seeing a lot of people make mistakes. Like I said, craft, doing like 1 star on each card. Don't do that. Craft the whole card all the way through. And don't be afraid to be patient. Patience is key in this. That's what I'm doing. I'm stocking up my mythic cards, and then I'm going to go ahead. Once I have like 50, 60, I'm gonna try rolling this, and then hopefully I can swap it out with my baby spider. And then what I can do is I could even roll. I could just combine this card in the background, right? I try to get better stats on it, and then maybe I get 7 quality on this, right? Because you don't want to roll the card while it's equipped, unless like you're bare bones when it comes to your common cards. All right, so there's that. Now let me talk about just some farming tips. I mean, the thing is this: there's no like hidden secret, or like, you know, I have people asking me, how do you get, you know, how do you get mythic cards and this and that. I don't think I'm really doing anything that other players aren't doing. I'll tell you what, being VIP 15 plus helps a lot, because once you go to co-op, you go to co-play, and then can I see? I don't think I could actually see. Okay, but on the very last box, you can get either custom gear or cards, and a lot of times I'm getting like 4-star cards. I get like 3 or 4 4-star cards there. So I mean, dimension mission, right? Player dimension mission. I think once you're VIP 15, you also you can get a ×2 on each one of the just each one of the clears. You can get a ×2 on that, so that helps. I know that's not really free to play. Sorry about that. World Boss Invasion. I don't play that as much as I used to, but you can definitely get like 3 and 4-star cards there. I've gotten a lot of cards from there in the past. Obviously Shadowland, right? You always choose the path that gives you cards and play it every week, at least the 1 through 35. I mean, I've gotten a lot of cards just from the Shadowland chest. So, I mean, if you have the time, use all of your characters, because, I mean, you guys see me open those Shadowland boxes, and you've seen me pull a lot of like 5-star cards from there. Story mission. This one's pretty big. I mean, you get at least 1 5-star card every day. Well, if you don't get the card, you get TCP or EOD. Oh, boo-hoo. All are really good rewards. And right now, it's the characters aren't that bad. The characters, you got Deadpool, Doctor Strange, Jean Grey. I mean, Morbius really isn't a good one there. I awakened him last time because he was part of the I think it was the Shield one. Or no, he's part of this one as well. So for 2, not last week's, but last rotation. I think it's every 28 days it changes. Then you have Wolverine and Luna Snow. And here you have Venom, Captain America, and Storm. And by the way, Venom is now ABX meta. I had no idea. I found out late last night. I did 2 runs with them. 2 runs with them late last night, and I scored. I went up from 8.73 to 8.91 or 92, and that was just on 2 wonky runs. I'd never really used Venom basically ever, besides when he first came out, and I don't think I really even had an idea what his rotation was, and I like never touched him. So he's ABX, man. He's outscoring. It's just him solo. He's outscoring Valkyrie, Moon Knight, Swap, by the way. So there's that for anybody who I'll do a video on him. Actually, if you guys want to see a video, let me know on that. And I mean, other than that, like, there's not all that many places that you can actually get cards from. There just isn't. Just play the content in the game. Oh, if you go to, you know, Legendary Battle, right? You go to Legendary Battle and you can get some cards from here. They're the, you know, all you got to do is get, I don't even think I can view it anymore, but all you got to do is get like certain uniforms or ranks to like heroic or 4-star, and you can get some cards that way. But those X23 chests, I'm not, you know, telling anybody to spend money, but those were actually a really good deal. Probably one of the best deals, like those boxes that give you the cards. Probably one of the best deals in the store that comes around. So I don't know, if you like the game, you want to support the game, and you got a little extra cash on hand, you know, I think even the $10 for one of those chests, you get 6 of them. I think it's worth it. That's just my opinion though, but I'm not encouraging you to spend money in any way, so don't take it the wrong way. But yeah, I think that's it. I hope this helps you out, guys. I really do. You know, sorry that it's not like the most, you know, cohesive video, like it's not step-by-step process, but I don't know. I just feel like there's not a one-size-fits-all to this situation. It's gonna fluctuate depending on where your account's at. All right, so I do have a few. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna do I think it's 2 comments and an account roast right now. So if that's not your bag, I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in the next one, friend. And for those who are sticking around, let's jump into this here. So first one up, I can't read Chinese, so this gentleman says, "Hey Godzillanator, great work. I'm a star creator from China. From what I see, the factor that determines whether you get caught up in the cage or not depends on whether you have any remaining animation left at the top of the map. For example, Scarlet 3rd and Moonstone 6 have really long animation, so even if your character reaches the bottom, the animation is still at the top. and you get caught. Keep up the good work. Yeah, so he's commented on the last video when, I'm like, man, I'm all the way on the other side of the map. How am I still getting caught up in this cage? And so he's saying that. Somebody else mentioned that if a striker comes out at that time, honestly, I think it's more the striker than the animation, because after somebody mentioned that, I was paying attention to it, and that's the way it seems, because I get caught up in the cage like as soon as a striker comes out. That's the way it seems, though. So if you want to avoid that altogether, you could, obviously you could swap characters. You could use the co-op button, or you can just choose strikers that don't come out when attacked. So you avoid using the when attacked strikers. But I don't know. I don't think you need to go through that lengths to avoid that. And then he also says, FYI, I have a judgment on Spider-Woman, and she is terrible against World Boss Legend. LOL. With 12% pierce, 110% energy attack. It took more than 2 minutes to clear the first stage of 9. What? Maybe my rotation isn't optimal. But she sure isn't gonna make it into the meta. That's unfortunate. I don't know. He's making me doubt even testing her, but I'm still gonna test her. I'm still gonna see. I think maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. But that's unfortunate to hear. But thank you for the comment, man. I really appreciate it. Let's jump on to the next one. All right. Soul Alone 87 says WandaVision concludes this week. Side note, not spoiler. There is a mid-closing credit cutscene at the second to last episode. Everyone got paranoid that they missed ones before that one. You can tell they put their budget into the final 2 episodes. Hope you enjoy. Yeah. I was saying that, like, okay, so I've been, like, distancing myself. I'm like, I don't want to know anything about it, so I wasn't sure when the last episode even was or anything like that, because I'm going to binge watch. I'm going to do it all at one time. I think that's the best way to enjoy it. That's just me, though. I'm impatient. I don't like waiting, as you can see with my cards. But now I'm pulling those reins back, and I think it's a good thing that I am, because, and another thing on the cards is, not everything's explained. The concentration's not explained, and I don't know. I feel like there's more things that are going to be coming, so I'm saving my resources, because you could bleed through those P cards very quickly doing a craft combine. All right, thanks for the comment, man. All right, next up here, this is the last one. Jordan says, hey, just found your channel the other week. Love the videos and the in-depth reviews. I would love to see what Black Bull could do with an energy. Also would love some advice on what character to tier 3 next. And then this, so I'm going to pull up your account. Just hold on. Let me get to this man real quick. Aaron Yang says, I want to see how Jean is against Null and maybe Venom and Storm. Okay, so yeah, he's kind of, I said leave, pick like 5 characters and put them in the comments, and then, I'll take, the 5 most popular ones and put them in the next video, or one of the next videos rather. And he's saying Jean, Gwen, and Storm. So I think Jean and Storm may very well be on that list. I think Gwen for sure. Jean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do Jean. Maybe, but I don't know. I feel like most people have her for PvP purposes, so we'll see. But I'll say Gwen and Storm is a very strong possibility. All right, let me pull up Sports 2221 here. So let me guess, you're a sports fan, huh? All right, Sports 2221. Let's see what you're working with. All right, so we got Rogue tier 3, nice with the Rage. But put that Judgment on her. Well, let's see what you got on cards. Okay, so you got a little bit of Pierce. Let's see, 2, 4. You got 4% Pierce. Nice. And you have quite a bit of energy attack. You have almost 100% energy attack, and the same on the physical. You got almost 60% max HP, not too shabby. And all your other stats look really good. I mean, you got max HP, energy attack speed with 4 quality. That's a great roll. This roll, movement speed, max. So you really can't get, this card, to be honest, like, if you roll this card with high quality and max HP, in terms of, like, after you're all crafted, you're not going to lose out on anything. That would be basically the only requirement on this card. High quality, max HP. Boom, done. And then this, you got the HP proc as well. Very nice, and it's fully crafted. You got your energy attack, cooldown, max HP. That's not a bad roll. Like, sure, you know, you might want to hold off and I mean, you have the energy attack and max HP, so it's not bad. What do you got here? Cooldown and then both attack stats. Very nice. I mean, your set's looking really, really good. I'd say, you know, one of the better sets for sure. It obviously looks like you like PvP to an extent. I was thinking about, you know, maybe even rolling this card here that you have. And that's really the only, that's what you need on this card. The all attack and the HP proc. It doesn't really get any better than that. I mean, obviously, you know, you get 7 quality, but hey, can't have your cake and eat it too, right? Okay, so now, okay, so he was actually asking who to tier 3 next. And I'm over here looking at his cards and all. He doesn't need any advice on cards, to be completely honest here. So, did he say tier 3 or just tier 3 and Awaken? Just to tier 3. Okay. To tier 3 next. So he already had Storm. Let's see. Does he have Cable? Does he have Cable? He's got Cable. I mean, dude, you have like almost every character. You probably have more than I do. Who should you tier 3 next? I mean, who are you missing? Who are you missing? You have Winter Soldier. You have Spider-Man. I mean, dude, like, I don't think you really need my advice here. Do you literally? I think you have literally every single character. I honestly, nobody really comes to mind on who to tier 3 next. Okay, let me go to my account. I don't know. I'm not gonna. Does he have Venom and Carnage? Okay, so he's actually missing. Okay, he is missing some. He's missing Venom and Carnage. Okay, so and I don't know. It's kind of. I'm kind of going cross-eyed trying to figure out who exactly you're missing. There's just so many now, right? There's so many. I think that might be who you're missing. Is that it? Do you have Apocalypse? Yeah, you do. Okay. I'm just going to say you're missing Venom and Carnage. Okay, so Carnage. So Venom, he's making a little bit of a comeback because now he's meta for ABX. Carnage, he really isn't meta for anything. He was better when I played against Null. Carnage seemed to do more damage, and Carnage works with an energy. I know. I'm pretty sure Venom can too, but if I'm using him for ABX, I'm not going to put an energy on him. So what I can do is, if you guys want to see this, if you want to see a Venom versus Carnage video, let me know, because I actually have I have a pretty good build on both of them. As a matter of fact, I have 16 Odin's Blessings on Carnage with stage 10 and a Rage, and then Venom, I went ahead and I built him up 16 fully awakened with a Rage there. So if you want to see, you know, Battle of the Symbiotes, let me know. Let's see if maybe Venom can you know, step his game up there. Because the thing is this, Carnage is not for ABX. He cannot handle ABX. It's just not his thing, man. It's just not his bag. So there's that. I'd say, you know, I'd say Venom if you want to score higher in ABX, and Carnage if you want Carnage to just perform better in, you know, for Null at this point. But maybe wait until I do the video. So in that case, that's gonna bring our video to a conclusion. I really hope this helps some of you guys out, and stay tuned for the next one, because I got some things, man. I got some things coming up. It's just a matter of time. And you stay breezy out there, but most of all, you stay safe, my friend.